Alright, so y'all requested that we start doing daily shop vlogs. This is the 3rd gen Cummins that we are doing a G56 swap on. And this customer went and bought what was supposed to be an entirely full swap kit from St. James Diesel. And we keep running into issue after issue after issue. Like, he got here with all the stuff. It needed a clutch, so we had to go and get a clutch. We got the transmission bolted in. Now the transfer case is wrong. I just about dropped the transfer case. It's the first time I've ever picked something up and almost passed out. So I'm under the truck here, and I was holding this thing over my head, like on my shoulders, trying to get this thing to slide on, and it would not slide on. And I just about, like, my legs just about buckled out and I about dropped it. But I was able to stand here, get my head back on straight, and get everything reset to where I could figure out what was going on. So we counted the splines. We have a 29 spline shaft on the transmission and a 23 spline shaft on the transfer case. So now he's coming to get the transfer case and go and swap it out for the correct one. So we're gonna jump back on this OBS back here. This is another customer build. This guy dropped this truck off and told me to basically just fix whatever I could find. This is our list so far. So this is a little bit of the stuff that I've found on it so far. He had tried to do his own axle swap and cut holes in the frame with a grinder and cutoff disc. Put the link in there before he realized that his link was going to hit the C channel in the frame before his joint tightened up. Just going through and fixing it all back up and getting all the right clamps on it, getting it to where it can reliably drive down the road and haul a load at the same time. So I've already started the up pipes. They're in there. I have to tighten up the flanges on the manifolds, and then we have to get a V-band clamp for the exhaust flange for the downpipe, because the one that he had on here was wrong. Oh, we got us a good rain, guys, and I just about lost the hood on the old IDI parts truck right here that we got for the front clip for the dually. I had it cracked because the cable broke on the inside, but the wind blew it open and has the hinges like overextended past themselves, so now I can't shut it until I get a hammer. But check this out. I've been racking my brain on this 6.4 power stroke. I bought this truck for $1,500. It's got a locked up 6.4 in it, but that's the only issue with it. Like, motor's the only issue. The transmission's good, front and rear end's good, brakes are good, interior's clean. I am really considering not tearing this truck apart and actually just putting a flatbed on it and finding a motor to put in it. Kind of thinking like a common rail 5.9 Cummins, a 6.7 Cummins, or a 6.0 Power Stroke. Some kind of motor swap that isn't a 6.4. And putting this truck back together where we can drive it, instead of tearing it apart and parting it out. Because I only got $1,500 in it. Like, it's a really clean truck. Check out the interior, look. Like, it's not bad. It cleaned up real good. It cleaned up real good. What do you guys think? Parts truck or motor swap truck? I got title for it. The bed is just rusted out. Like, bad. Like, you can move it. But I had bought it originally to put the axles and suspension from it underneath my black Power Stroke here. This is a 2-wheel drive truck. So we was gonna put the axles from the 6.4 truck under this one to get the front and rear ends under it. And then I have a 6-speed I was gonna put in my dually. So my 4-wheel drive transmission that's in my dually, my 4-wheel drive automatic transmission that's in my dually, would go into the black truck. and then my 6-speed would go into my dually. But I'm contemplating getting rid of that one for something else as it is, fixing that, making that a driver, and then continuing to make this one a 6-speed. So we've got our transmission there, and Rock Auto just showed up a little bit ago with some parts. So I'm gonna open up those real quick. All right, guys, so in that little assortment of boxes that we just got in today, we got our Renegade USA metal wheel polishing kit. So we will be able to get these 10 lugs on the dually real nice, freshened up, and looking real good. Might even take it to the old Alcobas on the old black 2-wheel drive. But the 10 lugs, they need it the most. We gotta get these things real cleaned up. Since we got the caps on there, you could really tell the difference. So from what I'm seeing, I should be able to get these things sanded down enough and buffed out to look like that. So that's the plan. But all 6 of these tires aren't balanced either. So what we're gonna do is we'll just pull the truck up to the concrete pad over there, lift it up, put it on jack stands on all 4 corners, and take all 6 tires back off, and then bust each one off the bead, and then throw balancing beads inside of them, and then go through and cut and buff each wheel while we have it off the truck, and then put everything back on nice and shiny. So all right, went and got my hammer, got them hinges fixed. So we'll probably latch the hood like it's supposed to be now. All right, guys, we're back in the shop. It's Friday night. He finally got the correct transfer case. We got it up on there, fixing to stick our mount in, and then get our crossmember stuck back on there. And we'll stick our drive shafts in and lower the truck down. But rolling along with this G56 swap, and then we'll move on to the OBS up front. Let's go. All right, guys, we got our crossmember in, got our drive shafts in, ready to lower the truck down, take the dash apart, swap out the clutch pedal assembly, put the clutch pedal assembly in it, and right through there. Not much left to do. Let's get it. We're gonna go ahead and lift the truck up and get the ECM swapped out. It's like right on the side of the engine block. We got a new one over here. We got the manual ECM here, so we're gonna get the truck lifted up, get the automatic ECM pulled off, put this one on, and then lower it back down, and try to get it a little bit farther forward so we can get the doors opened up and do the pedals on the inside, and hopefully it'll fire up and we can take it for a drive. Let's go. All right, got the ECM swapped out. A little brain box right there. So now I'm gonna lower the truck back down, get it rolled forward a little bit farther on the lift, because currently where it's at, I can't get the door open very far. So get it rolled forward and start taking apart the interior so we can get the clutch pedal assembly swapped out. Get to it. All right, so the way it's looking, I can take the pin out of the clutch pedal that's on the other assembly. I can take a pin out of that and just put that pedal and pin into this assembly, and the hydraulics come through that hole. So we won't have to take the whole dash apart. Oh, let's give it a shot. Look at that, it worked. Swapped right over. So we'll just get this wire out of the way and get our hydraulics poked through there and get them hooked up to the pedal now. We got it though. How about that? Oh. All right, guys, I am pretty sure I've done everything that I can personally do on this truck. We got the clutch pedal in, the hydraulics are through the firewall, clutch functions the way it's supposed to. We got the manual ECM in, but this key is programmed for the other ECM. We're gonna have to tow it to the dealership so they can reprogram the key for us to get it to work with this truck, with this ECM. We either have to reprogram the key to this ECM or reprogram this ECM to this truck. It's confusing. But we have the center console and everything all put back together. It's out of my hands at this point. On to the next thing. Here we are now. Got our shifter in there, our boots in, center console's in, clutch pedals in. It wasn't really that much to it at all. Now it's done and gone. He's been out driving it, using it this past week. I kind of slacked off on video and stuff whenever it left, but we got it dead. We got the OBS back in the shop, the tow pig dually. We got a new door on the passenger side because the old door was flopped. It was all floppy. Like you'd be driving down the road, the mirror would just be sitting there doing that because the inner structure of the door was broke. So the outer skin and the inner skin weren't connected to each other to keep it solid. So I got a new door swapped over to it. Sticks out like a sore thumb, but I'm getting all good straight rust-free panels before I start sanding it down for paint, because I am going to paint it, but we got a black door on there now. A hood and 2 front fenders is all I'm missing now. I got a driver's side door to put on and I just got to do it. We're getting close to being able to bodywork this thing out and paint it, and I'm probably going to end up just trying to paint it myself, see how that goes. Oh yeah, we got a visor on it too. Check this out. So I had this visor on another one of my parts trucks outside. I slapped it on there the other day, but it's coming around and she's looking good. That's about it for this one though. We'll start the next one in a little bit, but you guys won't see it till next week. Let's go.